All right, let's talk about something that can literally make or break your career. The unwritten rules of work. You know, those subtle codes of conduct that nobody ever tells you about, but somehow seem to matter more than your official job description.
I mean, you've seen it, right? There's that person who works their tail off, stays late, does everything right, but they're stuck. Meanwhile, someone else just seems to glide up the corporate ladder. It's a super common frustration, and honestly, it often just comes down to not understanding the real game that's being played.
So, the solution to this puzzle, according to author Richard Templar, is mastering what he calls the rules of work. It's this whole framework that shifts your focus from just what you do to how you do it. It's about moving beyond pure talent and getting smart about your perception, your relationships, and your strategy.
Now, this framework is basically built on 3 big pillars. And the very first one, well, it's the most fundamental of all, mastering yourself. Because let's face it, before you can manage your work or your relationships, you have to be able to manage you.
This all comes down to building a foundation of just unwavering professionalism, projecting this quiet, unshakable confidence in everything you do, and then grounding it all in solid, non-negotiable integrity. And look, these aren't just buzzwords, okay? They're active choices you have to make every single day.
Think about it like this. Professionalism isn't a switch you just flip on for a big meeting. It has to be your default setting. It's about being consistently reliable, staying positive, and acting with integrity, especially when you think no one's watching. That's what really builds trust.
You know, anyone can look good when things are going smoothly. The real test is how you act under pressure. So in that high-stress moment, do you react? Do you show your stress, complain, get pulled into gossip? Or do you respond by staying calm, appearing organized, and just steering clear of the drama? That one choice, right there, says everything about your professional character.
And hey, this isn't just about the clothes you wear. It's about projecting confidence in how you communicate, in your body language, and your attention to the small stuff. It's all about appearing in control, because people instinctively trust those who seem to have things handled. Okay, so once that internal foundation is rock solid, now we can start to focus on your external output, your work. This is where your performance, your problem-solving skills, and your ambition really come into play.
The pillars here are pretty straightforward, but they are incredibly powerful. First, your entire reputation is built on consistency. Second, your real value is measured by your ability to solve problems. And third, your future is basically shaped by how strategically you drive your own ambition.
Look, at the end of the day, this is the price of admission. You just have to deliver high-quality work, and you have to do it on time every time. Meeting your deadlines and taking full ownership of your output, that is the absolute, non-negotiable cornerstone of a respected career.
Here is a huge career accelerator. Seriously, stop being the person who just points out what's wrong. Anybody can do that. The people who truly get ahead are the ones who walk into their boss's office and say, hey, here's the problem I found, and here are 3 potential ways I think we can solve it. Be that person.
Ambition is not a dirty word. It's just a plan. You need to know where you're trying to go. You have to constantly pick up the skills that will get you there, and then, and this is so important, you have to actively look for chances to show off those skills. Don't just sit around and wait to be asked.
Okay, so you've mastered yourself, you've mastered your work. Now we zoom out to the most complex, the most nuanced area of all, your world. We're talking about the people, the culture, and yeah, the politics of your workplace.
To really thrive here, you need a way more sophisticated skill set. It's about building a strong network of allies, understanding the hidden currents of office politics, and learning how to lead, whether you have a formal title or not.
Let's totally reframe what networking is. It is not about schmoozing or asking for favors. It's about building genuine, respectful connections all across the organization. Think of it like investing in social capital, making deposits long before you ever need to make a withdrawal.
Office politics. I know the phrase itself can make you cringe, but pretending it doesn't exist is just not an option. So the real question isn't if you're going to engage with it, but how.
Navigating politics in an ethical way means you have to be an observer first. You've got to understand the unwritten rules and the real power structures. You have to proactively manage how other people see you. And you have to be smart enough to recognize when others are playing dirty so you can just sidestep their games entirely. And all of this, it builds towards true influence. Because you know what? Real leadership isn't just granted by a job title, it's earned by example. It's about acting in a way that makes people want to follow your lead, regardless of what's on your business card.
Here it is, the simple, incredibly powerful equation for earning respect. When things go well, you push the credit out to the team. When things go wrong, you pull all the responsibility onto your own shoulders. If you can master just this one thing, you will earn unwavering loyalty.
So what does it actually mean to put all of this together? Well, being a rules player isn't about being manipulative or sneaky. It's about being intentional. It's about choosing to play the game of work with real strategy and with self-awareness. And if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Your technical skills, they get you in the door. But it's your mastery of these unwritten rules, how you behave, how you present yourself, and how you interact with others that will truly define your entire career.
So that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. You don't have to tackle all of this at once. Just looking at all these principles, which single rule could you start practicing tomorrow that would make the biggest difference in your career? Give that some thought. Thanks for watching.